Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, I am relatively surprised at how crazy everything is probably going to continue to end up being. Not only did I not see a lot of this stuff coming, or at least happening, as wild and as quickly as it is happening. But I really, really want to see more of what all of this fighting has been leading up to, because at this point, everything I've seen has given me the thought process that no one's really safe, No one's ever been really safe. I guess you can say the Immortal's safe because he's immortal, but other than that, everybody seems like they can be on the chopping block. I mean, this story having the Immortal Blades kind of title in it just kind of says to me he might be, if he's the last one standing, it's not going to be that surprising. And if everybody passes away, it's just him outliving everybody. So, it's one of those kind of crazy thought processes of, oh yeah, you guys may have won, but you lost everything, and at the end of the day, besides one person, and that person now has to just carry that with him for the rest of his life, or for the rest of the time that he continues to be immortal, or whatever the case. I honestly just, these are the things that make me happy to know that I don't know what's coming. I don't honestly think I can tell you exactly what is going to happen in the Blade of Immortals, but watching this girl straight up fight her way with someone she thought maybe her enemy at her back, and knowing there was enemies in front of her, she had to just fight with everything, and that's exactly what she did, which is super hype. Seeing her rush down, blocking arrows, destroying everything in her path just to make sure she can still, fight and be ready for the actual target that they were there for. Um, But yeah, seeing this gunner go down the way he went down was kind of a waste. Um, I was kind of disappointed in that aspect just because I could see some more potential in his character, but that's nor here nor there, because he did do some cool stuff, and I wouldn't know he was a wasted character unless he did some really hype stuff. So at least he got to do that, and they didn't just even sell him shorter than they could have. But yeah, I really do see a lot of promise in this show when it comes down to how people are probably going to show up and maybe, help out at the end of the day. But it's still up in the air for me. Like, it's still very, very not concrete on who's going to do what, how people are going to match up, why people are going to meet up, stuff like that. So that's really what I'm looking forward to as well, is how is all this going to end? Like, how is this all going to become what we kind of expect it to be, which is maybe both sides of a battle not having any victor because of just everything else that's going on, right? So that's one thing that can happen. I don't really know if it will happen. Why are you, God? But if it does, I'm looking very much forward to whatever they kind of put forward on from here on, because everything I've seen as of now that isn't that like as crazy as just last week's episode, right? Like, two people with that much power or that much endurance going at it was ridiculous. So I feel like this fight wasn't even nowhere near as close as ridiculous as the fight we just had seen. So there's that. Um, Another thing I kind of noticed was just the fact of how many people truly were just losing their lives this week, or like how many people just were getting absolutely destroyed because of the mission at hand. So it's another reason why this show kind of goes so crazy and has so much going on at times for me is you just don't know who's going to be the next one down or the next one to absolutely get destroyed because of certain circumstances. And I like that about the show, and I hope to definitely see more of it. But I don't know if it's gonna be too crazy. Like I feel like everything we've seen so far is relatively something we should expect now. Everything we've seen up to this point has been uh, relatively not straightforward, but it's just been I don't know how to explain it. It's not a bad thing either, but there's something about it that makes you feel like you know what's coming because here's the thing. Certain characters are always in position to do things that clearly benefit them much faster than it would benefit others. For instance, the old man being on the hill and having such a crazy advantage, right? He had the biggest advantage out of everybody all of a sudden, and of course he still needed to be taken out because regardless of that, this girl being the blood of the lord of someone who, if he's taken out, she's the last bloodline type of deal. Um, and she still didn't want that responsibility on her hand, pretty much. She like tried to free herself and get away, like she was actually running away from that responsibility for some reason. So there is that to look into, just what it means to actually have to hold back and not be able to go out on the battlefield and fight everything away. Now you're in a position where your life actually means something to somebody you didn't think it did, and now you have to, respect that. And I just already lost my mission? No. And the reason why you have to respect it is because without you, you might put your whole entire family or everything you've been working for at a worse detriment than you just going out and fighting and being honorable, right? So, the Blade of the Immortal is getting to be very, very uh, dark and just bloody and a slugfest at this point. So if that's not something you're into, you definitely you're in the wrong show at the wrong time. Because as of everything that's been happening and not happening, and pretty much people running into each other and not taking each other out, all of that ends with these couple of episodes that are going to keep coming. So that's why I'm excited to see just, who's I guess justice, that's how they usually like to say, oh, our justice was just stronger or our way was stronger. So that's why we won. It wasn't because we had backhanded tactics and this disgusting stuff. It's just we were our way that we believe in was better. So we'll see how all this plays out. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with all that being said, take care and peace.